Slate, one of the professors at City Law School, and I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about two of the modules I teach on our LLM programme. A little more about myself. I got an undergraduate and then a postgraduate law degree. I went on to qualify as a barrister and became a member of Inner Temple, Inn of Court. I practiced for a few years and very much enjoyed it, and I've stayed in touch with practice. But also I found, as somebody who'd gone into law as somebody really wanting to fight for justice, that sometimes as a barrister you get instructed by clients whose motives you may not entirely personally approve of, but you have to do the job, you have to represent them to the best of your ability. I moved into the Inter-Court School of Law, which focuses on training barristers and has now become part of City University, and was very much involved in developing bar training. So how you actually train someone to be an advocate, how you train someone to carry out a client conference and do a really good job for a client. And I've absolutely loved developing professional training in that way. Dispute resolution options. We look at the full range of dispute resolution options. So it includes an overview of arbitration, but if you're particularly interested in arbitration, you should do one of the arbitration modules. But it also looks at mediation, expert determination, early neutral evaluation, online dispute resolution, which is a growing area. And what you get therefore is a real overview of these different options. And this is increasingly important in a commercial world where litigation is seen as time-consuming and expensive, but people are increasingly looking for an option to resolve a dispute. Disputes are always arising, but something that's going to be time efficient, cost efficient, that's going to potentially make the best use of relevant expertise. And all of those are things that we focus on, so that you're making practical use of these options, practical decisions. We also look at current issues like funding, dispute resolution. Third-party funding is a very big current issue. And as I've already mentioned, we're looking at the rapid growth of online dispute resolution options. Now, you may well be aware that for many decades, indeed centuries probably, arbitration has been a preferred way of settling large-scale commercial disputes. But things are shifting. Over recent years, people have started to see that arbitration is potentially expensive and time-consuming, and particularly if you just want to get your commercial dispute settled and move on, you might want to look at something else. So mediation has grown as an international commercial dispute resolution option, and indeed to resolve other types of dispute. We look right across the board. And this can be seen, for example, in the 2019 Singapore Convention, which facilitates the enforcement of the outcomes of mediation on an international basis. So we will provide on the module a thorough intellectual and academic understanding of the mediation process in an international context and in specific countries like England and Wales. But also we have a practical dimension. You can read about negotiation and mediation and think, oh yes, that makes sense. But you're only really going to understand these processes if you get some sense of dynamic. So we include some role play, and initially students tend to think, oh, not sure about that, not sure if I really want to do role play, but by and large they all like it when they do it, because it's just engaging with the process. And when you really think about, well, how am I going to start this mediation? How am I going to take it forward? What's my strategy? And then really have some experience of the options and so on. It gives you a much deeper understanding. I love teaching on the LLM because of the range of students you get in a class. In a single class, I can have somebody who's got experience of practice in London, somebody else who's got experience of practice in Paris, somebody who's a judge from Bangladesh coming to see how mediation is dealt with in this jurisdiction, somebody who's got a PhD from Turkey, others who are students who've just done a law degree and are wondering about how to develop their careers. And that range of people, particularly in looking at dispute resolution, can get some really good discussions going. And my advice to you when you hopefully come to City Law School is that you do think about doing one of our professionally focused modules alongside the good quality academic modules, because that will take best advantage of being at City. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you in a class at City.